Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Since 2K24 is pretty much a wrap, and they've done this one thing for 2K22, 2K23 they kind of cheated, and then they did it again in 2K24. Now what am I talking about here? We're talking about picking a music artist to make a soundtrack for the game, or pick a soundtrack for the game, and then being included in the game to be a playable character. I believe in 2K22 it was Machine Gun Kelly. In 2K23 they kind of cheated. They went with John Cena, wrestler and musician, because he does have a rap album out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. He's actually not that bad. And for 2K24 it was Post Malone. So it got me thinking, who should they pick for 2K25? Well, I came up with a list of about 10 musicians that I would like to see as playable wrestlers in 2K25. Let's start this list. Okay, so to start us off on this list, I'm using DaVinci Resolve. I just record all entrances. First up has got to be Jelly Roll. He was just at the last pay-per-view. He had a cool little interaction. I don't know, I feel like he'd be a really cool playable wrestler, especially if he got to choose the soundtrack for the game for 2K25. I like it when artists like love the sport or like they want to be a part of it. I think that's really cool because wrestling is awesome. And once you get bitten by the bug, the wrestling bug, whether you're trying to do it for real or you just want to be a fan of it and you're just so fascinated with how everything works, like the wrestling mechanics, if you will, how they do championships, just how they present the show, how they come out with a theme and the Titantron, just the whole presentation of it, the whole entertainment aspect of it. And it's all this gymnastics and stuff, and they have like this sport aspect. Wrestling is so cool. So anyway, Jelly Roll is the first one I think they should be in 2K25 as a playable wrestler, if he is the one they pick for. And it's not that far, it's not that much of a stretch. Next up is Eminem. He's been around for quite a while. It's been a long time since I actually listened to his music. You know, Slim Shady, Everybody Stand Up. That was my generation. I haven't really listened to much of his new stuff, but I feel like if they ever made another Def Jam game, I feel like he should be in it because, I don't know, I think he's a megastar, and I think it'd be really cool if he was in it. Plus, having him be in a wrestling game would be awesome. He is currently a skin in Fortnite. I'm kind of bummed because it would have been awesome to get a Lego version of him. If you play Fortnite at all, I don't play normal Fortnite. I just play the Lego version, and I was kind of bummed there was no Lego Eminem. Anyway, so he should be in it. Now, next up, this is probably the biggest one because he's had tons and tons of appearances. Drum roll. Snoop Dogg. Why the hell isn't Snoop Dogg in our wrestling games? He saved a WrestleMania moment. I want to say, was it last year or the year before? Where I think it was WrestleMania 40, where Shane McMahon blew out both his quads and couldn't finish the segment, and the Miz was just kind of like, Snoop Dogg took over the segment like a champ, like a wrestler, and just made it a memorable moment. It was freaking awesome. Why the heck is Snoop Dogg not in the game? He's also in Fortnite. Again, I just started playing it. I'm not a big Fortnite guy, but Snoop Dogg, why is he not in our games? Oh man, I really hope he does the soundtrack for the next game. I love his music, obviously, Snoop Dogg. But I just want him as a playable character. I mean, with his championship and everything too, which I think they added, was it last year? Sorry I'm talking so fast. I'm trying to keep up with how fast the video's going. But yeah, Snoop Dogg. I really want Snoop Dogg as a playable wrestler. Even if he's not the musician guy picking the soundtrack, I just want him in the game. I think that'd be cool. Like a celebrity pack or something. Next up, kind of a bit of old school. And that, I haven't seen these entrances yet. I just recorded it while I was doing other stuff. This is perfect entrance for him. Freaking Aussie Osborne. I would love Aussie Osborne as a playable wrestler in this game. They could do some stuff with The Undertaker. Oh, it'd be super awesome. Aussie Osborne's pretty cool. Mega Ran. If you haven't heard of Mega Ran, he is a rapper that loves video games loves Mega Man. I'm a big Mega Man fan. And he's a big wrestling fan. So, I think it'd be awesome if they let him curate the soundtrack or make an original soundtrack just for the game, or team up to have both. You pick a soundtrack for the game, and you also get to put his music in the game. Like, he gets to make original songs for 2K25. That would be awesome. And then he could also be in it as a playable wrestler. That would be super cool for him, for the gaming community. I mean, you're putting all these other people in there. So I think Mega Ran would be awesome. If you don't know who he is, I'll leave a link in the description down below. His music's pretty cool, especially if you like video games and stuff. Now, on to the ladies. Yes, I'm including ladies because we haven't done that yet. So since she's been on NXT, I personally have not listened to any of her music, but I saw some of her interactions on NXT. I think Sexy Red would be kind of cool just to have some female representation in the music sense, because oh, Bad Bunny. I completely forgot about Bad Bunny. But yeah, Bad Bunny, was that 23? Yeah, that was 23. It was kind of John Cena and Bad Bunny. I totally spaced on that. If you're yelling at me in the comments down below, yeah, I don't know why I spaced on Bad Bunny. They even had the Bad Bunny pack. Holy crap. It just shows you how much I played that game. Anyway, so obviously Bad Bunny was 23, Machine Gun Kelly 22, which kind of makes this video more relevant because they're picking certain things, right? All right, so she is the first of the ladies, and then next up, you'll laugh, you cannot deny her mega star power, and that's Taylor Swift. I mainly just want her in the game so I could put her through a table, but I think it'd be cool to have her in the game because you'd bring her giant mafia-sized, huge megaton fan base to the 2K series, and that would boost sales, right? So it would help the game because it's like, oh, you could play as Taylor Swift in a video game that's not Fortnite and beat up people, right? And if I'm not mistaken, she talked about doing something with one of the wrestlers. I think it was Becky. Don't sound off the comments below. I can't remember. But anyway, I think it would bring a lot of eyeballs to the game. That's what they do with WrestleMania, or what Vince used to do with WrestleMania, by bringing in mega stars, actors, singers, all that kind of stuff to try to get more eyeballs on wrestling. So you bring in fans from other entities to expand wrestling. I think that's the formula he started, and it worked. Wrestling's bigger than it's ever been. The WWE is a global company, the billion-dollar company. I mean, right? So anyway, yeah, plus I just want to throw it through a table. Now, next up, I'm trying to remember who I picked next. Ariel Grande, because she is in that new movie, right? So again, trying to pull from other fan bases just to get her in the game. I'm sure she'd pick a pretty good soundtrack. I feel like, I don't know, just when you have a megaton movie like that come out, and the action figures all have a certain website on the back that they'll have to recall. But anyway, yeah, when you put these big stars in a game like this, you bring in their fan base. You create new fans. I mean, they might not like the game, but hey, if their favorite star is in it, why not? All right, and then the next one, everybody knows if you're a wrestling fan and have been around for a while, is Cyndi Lauper. Why the heck not? In fact, has she ever been in a WWE game? She was one of the, what was it, the MTV, way back when MTV was like actually showing music videos. I mean, the new one is all about reality shows now, although they do have a version of it as like a separate MTV that just plays videos, if I'm not mistaken. I don't watch MTV anymore, but I think Cyndi Lauper would be awesome. I mean, come on. She's part of WWE history. I'm shocked that she's not in it already. All right, now, bonus here, because he's been in the game before, we got to bring back Fred Durst. He was in Raw. I think he was in Raw 2 back on the original Xbox, those terrible Raw games, with his whole keep rolling. I picked the fast lane back part anyway, so I just think it would be cool to get Fred Durst back in the game. Why not? Let him curate the soundtrack, pick on people's nostalgia. People know who he is. If you're a wrestling fan and you've been around for a while, you know who this guy is. Anyway, so this is 10, I almost said wrestlers, 10 superstars that I would like to see as playable wrestlers in 2K25. Sound in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.